Hello everyone, Jan here again from the Chickamauga Active Living Center, and today I want to share something with you, sort of a little reminiscing. This is something that people did more prevalently back in the day, I guess. I'm sure there are some people who still do it, but for the most part it's kind of gone away with clothes dryers. But I want to give you some little tips, I guess, or things that might be facts that might be interesting to you about remembering the clothesline. Now, I can remember when I was a child, my mom hung everything on the clothesline because she liked the way they smelled, when they were dry after hanging out in the sunshine. And there are just some things that you must know about putting clothes on the clothesline. But I guess you have to be a certain age to appreciate it. But the basic rules for clotheslines, and I never knew there was any rules about hanging clothes on a clothesline, but here we go. It says something here. If you don't even know what clotheslines are, you better skip this and not even read it because it won't make any sense. First off, you had to hang the socks by the toes, not the waistbands. Oh, sorry, the wrong one. You have to hang the socks by the toes, not the top. And I never knew that, if you hang socks on the clothesline, there was a proper way to hang those socks. It doesn't say why you hang them by the toes, but probably because with a clothespin, it probably puts a dent in the top of the sock. That's just my thinking. You had to hang pants by the bottom cuffs, not the waistband. I remember my mom hanging pants by the waistband, and I don't know why you wouldn't hang them by the waistband. You had to wash the clotheslines before hanging any clothes. Walk the entire length of each line with a damp cloth around the lines because the lines might have been dirty and leave marks on the clean clothes you pegged there. Never thought about that, but that's true, I guess. You had to hang the clothes in a certain order and always hang whites with whites and hang them first. That's interesting. You never hung a shirt by the shoulders, always by the tail. What would the neighbors think? Wash day on a Monday, never hang clothes on the weekend or on Sunday, for heaven's sake. Hang the sheets and towels on the outside lines so you could hide your unmentionables in the middle, perverts and busybodies looking at all your clothes on the line. It didn't matter if it was sub-zero weather, clothes would freeze dry. Always gather the clothespins when taking down dry clothes. Pins left on the lines were tacky. But I think my mom, she had a bag that she put clothespins in. And she would always, when she took the clothes off the line, she would, put the pins in her bag that she carried around her shoulder that hung on her at her waist. And so all the pins would go in that bag. If you were efficient, you would line the clothes up so that each item did not need 2 clothespins, but shared one of the clothespins with the next washed item. And I remember my mom doing this. Every item that she hung the next item so close to the other item that she could, use one clothespin for that side. So, you use less clothespins that way. um, clothes off the line before dinner time, neatly folded in the clothes basket and ready to be ironed. Ironed? Well, that's a whole other subject, because that's a long lost art, I think, is ironing clothes. I hate to iron. It's the worst thing in the world. I'm not good at it. So, I thought this was a cute little poem, and I'll read this poem to you. It says, "A clothesline was a news forecast to neighbors passing by. There were no secrets you could keep when clothes were hung to dry. It also was a friendly link, for neighbors always knew if company had stopped on by to spend a night or two. For then you'd see the fancy sheets and towels upon the line. You'd see the company tablecloths with intricate designs. The liner announced a baby's birth from folks who lived inside, as brand new infant clothes were hung so carefully with pride. Excuse me. The ages of the children could so readily be known. By watching how the sizes changed, you'd know how much they'd grown. It also told when illness struck, as extra sheets were hung. Then night clothes and a bathrobe too haphazardly were strung. It also said, on vacation now, when lines hung limp and bare. It told we're back when full lines sagged with not an inch to spare. New folks in town were scorned upon if wash was dingy and gray, as neighbors carefully raised their brows and looked the other way. But clotheslines now are of the past, for dryers make work much less. Now what goes on inside a home is anybody's guess. I really miss that way of life. It was a friendly sign, when neighbors knew each other best by what hung out on the line." And I thought that was really cute and made a whole lot of sense. Ironing, of course, is another topic, because I think it's probably not with the older generation, but with the younger generation, nobody irons their clothes. They all are thrown in a dryer, and when they get dry, they're in a laundry basket, picked up, carried to the room, and put in a drawer. Nobody irons clothes anymore. I know my husband is the world's worst for wanting his jeans ironed, because he wants the front of his jeans to have a crease. And I'm like, what does it matter? They're jeans. Jeans don't need a crease. It takes away the whole point of wearing jeans if you have to iron them. But anyway, I don't iron things very well. I'm not good at it. My husband, on the other hand, he does all the ironing of what clothes he needs ironed. And frankly, I would just as soon take them to the dry cleaners and let them do it, because I don't do it very well. I will iron something if it needs it, but most of the time, I don't feel that it needs it, unless it's a dress shirt that, my husband needs to wear, and it's comes out of the dryer and it's wrinkled, because I don't even use the dry cleaner anymore. Unless it's just a special occasion and I need something, pressed and looking really professionally done, I won't take out the iron for it. But anyway, ironing is it's boring, for one thing, and I just can't see standing there at an ironing board with an iron, when most of the clothes that we wear today don't really need ironing. If you throw it in the dryer, it takes the wrinkles out. That's my point of view anyway. But I know there are people who still do ironing. I remember my mom and my next door neighbor even, I remember them taking clothes off the line, and they had a bottle and it had a lid on it that had holes in it. And it was filled with, at the time I didn't know what it was filled with, but I've since learned that was water. And after they were dry, they would bring them in, and for instance, pants. My mom would sprinkle the pants with water, and all of them, and then she would fold them up and she would put them in the refrigerator. Now, I don't know what the point of the refrigerator is. I have no idea. I have to look that up. But she would put them in the refrigerator, and then she would set her ironing board up, and she would take them out of the refrigerator and lay them on the ironing board, and then she would start to iron. And so I'm like, why don't you let the clothes just get almost dry and then bring them in and iron them? What's the point of sprinkling water on them and then putting them in the refrigerator and then taking them out? That seems to be fruitless to me. But anyway, that's the things I remember about my mom ironing clothes. And it was something that she did on a regular basis. And today, I don't know of anybody that irons clothes on a regular basis. I'm sure they're out there, but I've just never heard of people ironing clothes anymore like they used to. It's throw them in the dryer, take them out, put them on and wear them. I'll take them out and fold them up and put them in the drawer, unless it's something that a blouse or shirt that I can hang. So that's just my thought process on the whole thing. So if you still hang clothes out on the line, you're a rare breed, according to the statistics. And sometimes it is nice. I do realize that when my mom hung sheets on the line and brought them in, they smell so good. And I enjoyed going to bed on those sheets that had been hung on the line. So just a little nostalgia for you today. I thought that was an interesting topic about the clothesline, because it's so rare today to see people hang clothes on the line. The one thing you had to worry about hanging clothes on the line was bird poop, because birds flying over, sometimes they poop while they're flying, so it falls where it may. So I'm sure that my mom has brought in a shirt or two or an item of clothing that got splattered with bird poop, and she had to wash it again. So that sort of creates more work, I guess. But anyway, with that being said, there's your topic for today, and I hope you found it interesting and enjoyed it. And until the next time, I will see you guys again with something new next week. And I hope you enjoy the day and the remainder of the week, and hope it started off properly. So until then, I will see you next time. Bye. Love y'all.